Probably going to go down as one of the strangest ones of the season. You've seen the title. I honestly don't know what to make of this. I really want your guys' thoughts on this one. I genuinely think it might not be what people think it is here, and that this like weird overreaction to it happening is just like the grandeur of pugging. This is why I pug. This is why pugging is so funny, because you put people in this pressure cooker together with no actual social cohesion and sometimes no social skills, and you start making some weird decisions. But it's just not lost on me that it's also an Eco Dome 10. I love this game. Easily one of the easiest keys in the game. 10, probably doing it for Vault. I'd imagine this is supposed to be easy, and it's supposed to be a romp, and there should not be any stress or disband potential here. We actually hover over this guy here. You'll see that he has a 3400 tank main, playing an alt here, 3k character. So again, this is a 3k character, doesn't need the key for score. 3400 main though. I don't know. I mean, like, do we start thinking about that? Maybe it's in play. I feel like there's a lot of risk in inviting people. There's also 3300 player in the group. Like we put some risk on our shoulders here. I get it that people do keys for just currency at this level or whatever, just vault credit, just stuff like that, and that's pretty normal, but I'm very hesitant to invite people who don't actually need the key for score, or who at least are around that level to the key, because what that opens up is the situation where the person thinks they are better than they are and that this content is below them. Who knows if that's in play or what. What might be in play is this, and this is the submitter thinking that this is why this happens, because this Druid DPS says, my best is 13 minutes and 10 seconds. Let's do it quicker, which is just ridiculous. Again, 10 being farmed by so many people, I guess that's probably the real thing, but he says that warrior tank was on crack. All right, so the person who is submitting this is thinking that now there has been some ego bruising of this tank. I don't necessarily buy that, frankly, because this guy is not normally a warrior, I guess. Like, he's got a main. I went to look for it. It's just not linked, so I can't tell what it is, but you see this guy's like just done nothing but EDA. I don't know if that's farming gear or what's going on there. Just done the same dungeon over and over and over again. But if you believe that something is going to set the guy off, it's going to be this right here. First of all, this is a very interesting pull. I did not know this was even a thing. You can just run up the side and skip all that stuff on the right. That's pretty crazy. But so you're going to see as we're doing that, the druid who just talked about a run being 13 minutes total pings. I don't know why, to be honest. It's like, what the hell's the point of that? And then this guy pings that druid for the rest of the key, like literally pretty much on cooldown for many minutes. There is a cooldown on pings. It's actually not as much as you would think. I think it should probably be more than it is. I think the druid ultimately says he did it by accident. He did not mean to ping the guy, and then for some reason the guy gets really uppity about it. I don't know. He never says a word. Like, not a word is said other than the pinging in a key that is an absolute joke. Like, I mean, it's a joke even if everybody needed it for score. It's a joke obviously now, and you got people who are on alts. In what way is this stressful, I guess, is the question, right? Outside of let's have ego battles, there's no actual difficulty to this dungeon. I'm going to use my phone here. You can't really see it, but I'm going to use my phone here, and I'm going to do a counter of every time this guy pings. That's what's going to be in the title. 1, 2, 3. You can do it only 3 times every few seconds, I believe is how it works. I'm not exactly sure what the cooldown is, but it definitely needs to be longer. We're up to 9 right now. Seemingly all because the guy pinged once, right? Like, is that actually what this is? I actually am going to propose an alternative to this. I think that this happens because it's some macro or something like that. The way that it seems to happen at times, it's like almost too fast to even believe he's doing it on purpose. I wouldn't be surprised if it's some kind of macro or add-on or something bugged, or just he's not doing it to actually flame or something, like, because he's still doing the dungeon, right? Like, I don't really get the point. If it was a serious argument, you'd think there would be words being said. But we're up to 15 right now, and then so now the druid pings him back, which is not helping. Do not do this in this situation. We only get 2 pings there, but did you see, like, they appear on the screen the second they possibly could? Sometimes it seems like they're almost delayed. Like, I don't even know, up to 23 pings right now. Now there's just like a single ping there. Like, the whole thing seems weird, and it makes me think that he is spamming something that is just pinging it, and Blizzard's like, no, you can't keep doing that, so it's stopping him from doing it. People are commenting on it, says please stop, but he just keeps doing it. I get it that it's annoying, but like constantly commenting on it, like, I mean, like, the best case scenario here is to just block the guy. Like, if it's really disruptive, then there's no point in seeing it. My God, could you imagine what the stream would look like if we saw somebody doing this in the middle of a key? So they're actually going to take the time to report him in the middle of the run, which is bizarre. That is definitely not reportable. Now we have something crazy going on here. I'm going to hide the webcam because an abandoned instance vote comes up. Now this is why we're making this video. The whole time the tank tank is continuing, and there's no talk, nothing from him whatsoever. So the question I have for you guys right now is, do you think this is him who's doing this abandon, or do you think it is somebody else? I think it's the shaman, because this is ultimately the person that leaves this key because the pings. But we're actually going to do something kind of funny here. We're going to go into the ping system and turn off the ping sounds, because that's probably very annoying to listen to over and over again. But yeah, I do not think it is the warrior. And like I said, the fact that no words ever get said at any point in this recording, it does make me think that this was not intentional and it is some kind of error. Like, especially now, like, what is he just pings once and he just keeps pinging the same guy too. That's not easy to do, especially while you're tanking. You have to like actually move your mouse to be able to target that character with the ping, right? It's not like just pinging anything. That's what I would expect somebody to do if they were gonna like throw a fit like this. They would just ping anything. It would just be random pings. But at no point does he ever miss a ping. It's always on the druid. There's another one. We're up to 35 now. I try to give these people the benefit of the doubt because it's so bizarre, and the fact that it actually causes this fight and this like frustration with this group. I don't know. Just do what the Demon Hunter did. I think just stop it from annoying you and just carry on, right? You're about to triple upgrade this key, it looks like, easily. But he does kind of take a break from it for a while. Like, we're only doing like one ping. It's like one every minute now or something like that. Ping per second is going way down. That'd be PPS? That'd be confusing. PPS. And it's almost like maybe he's doing that on purpose. Like, he's going to take a break from it, and that like kind of on and off, it's almost like annoying in itself. Like, it was probably less annoying when it was spammed, right? Because now he does it and then the shaman just loses it. So it happens. The shaman starts typing. He says, ping one more time, I leave. And then boom, 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 boom. 3 pings back to back to get us up to 39 pings. LFG Masochist, not living up to his name here, not enjoying the discomfort that this group has put him in. It's really funny how all of that yellow text comes up on the screen as well. The abandon vote happens. It just doesn't matter. The shaman leaves in the abandon vote. So it says, LFG Masochist leaves the party. You were away for a vote to abandon the instance. The abandoned instance vote was unsuccessful, and another player has left the instance. You can now leave without a penalty. Now, weirdest part about this all, Warrior is still playing. He's still doing the key. We're not done with the chat though. The Demon Hunter says, why do you do it, Tank? It's like, obviously he's doing it in a way that he just doesn't care. And then the Paladin says this, pissy Tank can't kill Nexus King Mythic. Oh my god, what a weird run. Now, apparently after the key, the person who submitted this said they were in contact with other people in the group. The druid whispered them and said, I'm sorry about your key. I accidentally pinged him and he went mental. The person who submitted this says, the reason I reported him in the middle of the key was in hopes that it would mute the ping, but I ended up having to turn it off completely. I think if you ignore the player, it will stop the pinging. I'm 99% sure that's the case. Our theory for why he started throwing a tantrum is he was more on edge from the start because the druid started talking about how fast his other Eco Dome 10 was, and he says that he was clearly trying to sabotage the run / grief us, so he didn't have to take the lever punishment, and he did indeed succeed. That's very interesting. I do not see that. And I think that's assuming that the tank is the one doing the vote to abandon. And it's interesting because the first time it comes up, it does make me think it's a shaman. But then the second time it comes up, it's in the middle of the shaman threatening to leave. So I'm wondering what the reality is there. A lot of people have suggested that this vote to abandon system should not be anonymous. And I think 99.9% of the time I would disagree with that. It should be anonymous. But this one time, it's like, man, I'd really like to see who initiated those votes and who voted for what there, because I think it would really tell us a lot more about the situation. But thank you for an incredibly unique submission. Season 3 has been kind of clogged up by all the really weird and bad behavior from this lever system, but we can still laugh at some of these strange things going on. And I think, you know, even in this key, I mean, this is a pretty low key for these guys especially, so this really low key behavior going on even in a 10. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned. We got a lot more coming. We will see you guys in the next one.